What's up, guys? Change of a Nickel here, and today I'm going to be talking about the long-running poker training site called AdvancedPokerTraining.com. I know that probably some of you have heard of this site and are familiar with it. Some of you might even be members of it. I'm a member of Advanced Poker Training myself. It's actually a awesome site. I'm currently in the main lobby right now. I'm logged into my account, and before I get into my problem that I'm having with it, that I think is actually quite significant, I'll just, for those of you that are not familiar with APT, let me just tell you a little bit about it, what it does. It's actually quite a revolutionary way to train someone how to play poker. It trains you through repetition while at a table playing against bots. So the site has coded specific bots with certain tendencies, and the idea is for you to sit down at this table. It's kind of like playing like a table of online at an online poker table. It's like the same kind of feel. So you sit down with these bots, and you can customize every situation you want to be in. You can pick what position you want to be in, and only play from that position. You can pick what hands you want to have. You can pick the difficulty of the opponents you play against. You also have an advisor that tells you what to do and all that stuff. It's actually a pretty cool site. The concepts behind it are one of a kind. I don't know of any other sites that do this. That do this in a very practical way. And so anyway, that's in a nutshell. That's what APT does. And so anyway, what I wanted to show you guys that really concerns me. It has concerned me for a while. I've been a member for a little while on the site, and I noticed when I was practicing on these tables a couple of problems. I noticed that the opponents that you're up against, they tend to donk bet a lot, which is very unusual, because for those of you that actually have some hands of poker live and online under your belt, you tend to know that donking is really not as common of a move. Of course you see it. Of course you see it happen. It does happen, but it doesn't happen at a very high frequency to where it's kind of a common move. So what I'm going to do to try to shed a little bit of light on this is I'm going to go ahead and play 1,000 hands on this site. Play 1,000 hands straight on this one table. And I want to tally how many times a bot donks into me. So I'm also going to tell you my strategy. I'm not going to try to play optimal. I'm just going to try to set up a situation where I can give my bot opponents an opportunity to donk the flop. Other than that, I really don't care what goes on in the hands. I'm going to be... So here are my settings that I've got right here. I'm going to be playing at KGB's Dungeon. So the site is set up through themes. You can pick, like, this is kind of table difficulty. You could pick whatever difficulty you like. I'm going to go ahead and go with the hardest because I want to be playing against the best. I want to be playing against the best the site has got to offer me. I want it to feel like I'm playing in like a, I want to be playing against really tough opposition, tough APT opposition here. I'll go ahead and just make it like a 2-5 blinds. I don't think there's really much of a need to do 500 to 1K. I'm going to go ahead and just buy in for the full amount, 750. And the player mix, I want to keep this average because I want to see donking from every single player type at this table. And also on my position, I'm going to be on the button every single time because I'm in position every single time. And in order to successfully execute a donk bet, your opponent has to be out of position to do so. So, and also hands to deal. Every hand I get is going to be a playable hand. And like I said, this is a 6-max game. Whenever there's a raise in front of me, I'm going to 3-bet every single one of my hands from the button. And if it's folded to me on the button, I'm going to open every single hand. And if I'm 3-bet, I'm just gonna fold. I'm just gonna fold any 2 cards. I don't care what it is because I want to simulate this as much as possible. This donk betting frequency. So anyway, with all that introduction out of the way, let's go ahead and get to it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead. Everything looks good. I'm just gonna go ahead and submit, and the table's gonna load up. So here we go. So, and like I say, these are these are a lot of top pros sponsor this site, you know. So we got like Scotty Wynn here. So this is supposedly a Scotty Wynn bot. This bot is coded to play with similar frequencies as Scotty Wynn does, and we also got Jonathan Little, who is a top-notch tournament player. I think he has like 2 WPT titles or whatever. I think he has a bracelet or 2. Another pro here. I've never heard of this guy, but if there's a anyway, so it's folded to me. I'm just gonna go ahead and just make it just 3x every open. And here we go. First hand right off the bat. You can see it right here. 1 hand's played. I have raised the button. Jonathan Little calls from the small blind, and he donks into me. He donks into me for half the pot. So there we go, right off the bat. Is that something Jonathan Little would do? Probably not. Probably not. Most players wouldn't. Donking is not a very common play. It does happen. I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm definitely not saying it doesn't. But on the same token, see, there we go. We're 2 for 2 so far. 2 for 2. We faced a cutoff open from Ron Rose. Apparently, he's a real player too. He's a 2-time World Poker Tour. He's a 2-time WPT champ, and he's got a bracelet. So we have 4 named pros on this site. Pros that are sponsored pros with their names and their pictures here. And I was assuming that these bots would be coded with similar styles as the pros themselves. So right now we're already 2 for 2 on donks already. And like I said before, I'm 3-betting 100% of hands, and these bots don't adjust to your style. They don't adjust to your style at all. They just do whatever. And okay, so we do not get a donk here, but most of the time most of the time their ranges are weak. There's going to be, if they're not donking, they're going to check fold, and if they check raise, they probably have a draw every single time. So like I said, I'm gonna play 1,000 hands here. I'm gonna edit this video, of course. I'm sure you're not gonna want to see all 1,000 hands of this played, but I'm gonna try and filter out all the fluff in this video as much as possible, and yeah, as much as possible, and just go ahead and just get through it. I really just want to illustrate the donk frequencies. At the very end, at the very end of the video, I'm gonna post my findings. I think the donking frequency of these bots. There we go. We're played 11 hands. We've seen a donk bet 3 times so far. I don't know how many opportunities we've had. I don't know. I'm gonna watch this over again and figure it out. We got a under the gun limp, yeah, which is not very common of a pro, but now a limp re-raise. I see this a lot too, a lot of limp re-raising, which happens, but it's not very common. Another donk bet. And like I say, I'm going to be 3-betting like I mentioned before, I'm going to be 3-betting my entire range. See that donk. We've had 5 donks so far out of 15 hands played, and there's been fewer than 15 opportunities. Another one. It really makes it difficult to really even practice anything with the amount of donking going on. I guess you could use this as like a pre-flop tool, but the way these bots are coded, they are they're very one-dimensional. They tend to play every range the same, and they have a very small check calling range, and almost every time it's weak. They're never. I hardly ever see any of these pros check calling top pair. I don't see them check calling middle pair very often. They're usually donking top pair and they're donking middle pair. Sometimes they donk with very random junk, and when they check to you, a lot of the times they're weak and they're just gonna check fold. I'm really not even looking at my cards when I'm checked to. When I'm checked to, I don't even care about my cards. That was a mistake. I meant to go 14. And like I said, I'll just reevaluate my reiterate my strategy here. Whenever one of the 3 positions up front raises, I 3-bet my entire range just to set up a donking situation for my bot opponent. And here's another donk. And I'm only setting up donking situations. When they donk, I just fold. I don't care if I have top set. I don't give a damn. I'm just gonna fold. I'm just gonna fold to try to get through this 1,000-hand sample as quick as possible. I might not even go 1,000 hands because honestly, I think I've already proved my point already. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So, and like I say, very rarely do you see a bot opponent check raise, and when they do, they usually have a draw. I've noticed they tend to check raise a lot on semi bluffs. They don't really do it. They don't really do it a lot with any like super strong hands. Like they're going to be donking the top percentage of their range. Another donk. But I mean, you kind of see what is going on here, guys. That is just kind of a problem. I mean, I would love to find a. I mean, I would just love to see some changes made to these bots, because APT has an amazing concept going for them that no one else does, and the opportunities are just ridiculous with this concept. Imagine being at a 6-max table. Imagine being able to program your own bots. Like say you're having trouble with barreling. Like say you're at a 6-max table online, and you want to program your own bots. You want to try to program your own bots to where they're sticky. Like say you have some trouble. Another donk. Say you have some trouble opponents where they're just not really folding a lot to your c-bets. So you want to just simulate a bunch of different board textures where you can maybe get a better visualization of what their ranges look like. All that good stuff. I mean, I might not be making a lot of sense here. But like I say, this product is great, but the bots are bad. You see this? It's constant. It's absolutely amazing how often the opponents are donking. There's another one. It's really kind of sad. It's really kind of sad. It really, really is. No, I don't really give a damn. I'm just going to jam. Probably crush, but doesn't matter. I mean, yeah, it's really kind of a but like I said, you guys can see where I'm coming from. I'm just gonna fold the kings. Like I said, I don't care about playing optimal. I really don't give a damn. I don't care about beating these bots. These bots are super freaking easy to beat. And these are supposedly, I'm supposedly playing at a table full of top level pros. But these bots that simulate these pros are very, very poor. And I'm not nitpicking here. This is very basic level shit we're looking at. If you got a bot that's donking, if you have a bot, like a top level bot that's donking like freaking half their range, then you're already out of reality, because nobody donks 50% of their range. I mean, I like I said, like I'll reiterate, I've seen it before, but not from Jonathan Little, Scotty Wynn, or anybody who is a top level grinder, top level player. It just doesn't happen. It just simply doesn't happen. You know, so honestly, I've seen so much donking here. I really honestly don't even think I need to go 1,000 hands. I could probably just go to 100 and my point will be made. I mean, this video, I would really like it if the APT development team would take a look at this, because this has not been fixed. This is constant. It's a constant thing. The bots have not been changed. Like, they haven't been changed at all. They've been this way the whole time, and it's not realistic. It just really isn't. I mean, another donk, but like I say, it's crazy. I would really love to test my skills against the top pros and kind of how they're coded. I would love to see it, but I don't really feel like I'm being given that opportunity with that opportunity with the way that the bots are set up now. So we got about 31 hands to go. And I will go ahead and look at the video after and calculate how many times I've seen a donk bet. But those of you that have been watching intently have seen that the donks there's been a lot of donks. A very high percentage. Way higher than normal. Sorry about that. And somebody who might actually like to see this, who loves to call out, you know, inconsistent, like, problems with certain high level sites. I mean, that might be. I might just send this video straight to Joey Ingram, because I think he would like it. I think he might find it quite interesting. I do know that in one of his podcasts. In one of his podcasts, he did mention APT, and he thought it was actually a really cool site, and it is cool. It definitely is cool. I mean, like I say, like I said before, the concept of this site is just really good. I mean, being able to train yourself by actually sitting at a table and just testing your frequencies against different opponent types, that is a great concept. But the bots are broken, plain and simple. I mean, we're like, how many times we're just being donked against? It's bizarre. It's a constant. It's absolutely. It's way out of line. And I looked around for, and this is 3. This guy's donk. Well, I guess that's a little more. I looked around for like ways to maybe customize the bots a little bit, but they're all set in stone. The bot styles are set in stone. So we got about 13 hands left. So yeah, this video is for you, Joe Ingram. It's for you. If you want to go a little bit further with this, you can. You know, maybe because I know that you have a lot more pull with the APT people than I probably will. I've definitely asked about this, and I haven't gotten a response from them. You know, asking them why are the bots coded this way. But maybe you can do something with it. You know, it doesn't matter. So 5 hands to go. Another donk. Another donk. Okay, there we go. There's 100 hands. I'm going to go ahead and end the session. So anyway, there you guys go. There you guys go. It's very interesting. Honestly, I would be a little hesitant if you're looking to train yourself a little better using this style of training, of online training. I would be a little hesitant right now to go to APT, but maybe once they fix their stuff, once I hear from them, you know, and they see the problem, then I'll definitely mention that, because look, I don't hate APT. I don't. This is just simply a problem. It's simply a problem that I just wanted to point out through a video reproduction. I wanted to reproduce this problem live. This is what I experience on a consistent basis when I play on APT, and it's really frustrating, and I would like for it to change. And I don't really know how the sponsored pros are, how big of a role they have in the development of these bots, but I can assure you that when you've got a picture of Scotty Wynn, a picture of Jonathan, and a picture of Jonathan Little, and these 2 other pros I've never heard of that are donking almost every hand, I don't think they're going to like that very much. But I'm not saying it's a big deal, but I think that the pros who are the sponsored pros for this site and for this software would like to have a more of a realistic approach to it. You know, because I can assure you that Scotty Wynn and Jonathan Little do not donk half their range. So if they can just fix that, because this has been going on for months. Ever since I've been a member, since November of 2018. I mean, I have a ton of memberships. I mean, so I don't always, you know, and I love this. I love APT, and I'll stay being a member. This problem isn't going to like really break anything for me. But I don't know. See what you guys think of it. Let me know. Let me know what you think on Twitter. My Twitter handle is Change of a Nickel, ChangeOfANICKEL. And I'm gonna send this video to Joe Ingram and to Poppy and see what he thinks. But anyway, I will go ahead and end the video right here. And yeah, there you go. You guys have a good one. Have a good weekend.